What's good, Wizards fans? Great to be with you. Rock Coulibaly, Kuz, Sarr, Carrington, and Poole. Wizards rookie from Virginia, Kevin Durant, and Mason Plumlee. At the former Wizard Tyus Jones, this guy, Devin.
The Suns early in the painted area. That seems to be an area of concern for them. I'd love to see them shoot the basketball, don't get me wrong, but I think they can really get some high percentage shots if they could be aggressive going into the painted area.
Wizards coming off a 120-106 loss at home to Minnesota. Meanwhile, Atlanta beat the Suns on the 14th, 122-117. The Suns have suffered their 11th consecutive loss in Atlanta. Getting the offense.
Area of concern for me, how well will the Wizards guard the three-point line featuring two shooters like Devin Booker and Kevin Durant?
Alex Sarr misses that three. Tonight's officials, Kevin Scott, crew chief in his 14th season. Genomides Petridis in his 10th. He's from Germantown, Maryland, with the Northwest High School and the University of Maryland. As Plumlee's
attack the painted area. If the Suns have a weakness, it's on the interior of their defense.
Tony talked about it, rebounding, rebound. Get on the glass if you're the Wizards tonight. It's Kyle Kuzma swinging it over to Carrington. His Bilal's first three off the mark, rebounded by Kevin Durant. The Wizards missed their first three shots to start this game.
You know how dangerous KD is anywhere on the court. You see him matched up here with Alex Sarr.
There's a pull-up three for Durant as Pugh changed his starting lineup. Bringing Nurkic off the bench, also Bradley Beal. Here's Booker, just kind of frees him up. Finds Durant, misses the dunk. Late whistle as he was quarter at Atlanta. That's his outing so far this season.
So versatile.
And it's interesting, Brian Key, all NBA play. No start for Phoenix. Wizards got to get some offense going here. Alex Sarr trying to work on Plumlee. He misses that shot.
I think he's got the right idea. I'd just like to see the Wizards attack the paint just a little bit more. It's not a bad shot. It's not a bad shot for Alex Sarr.
Their Star Trek is on feature right now. Durant against Kuzma. Good hands in the passing lane by Poole. Comes up with the deflection. And the first points of the game for the Suns come right back with the fall away.
These shooters for the Phoenix Suns.
This is the 30th time Kevin Durant has faced his hometown team. He had 18 points in the last game versus Washington, which snapped 11 straight games. He had 20 or more against the Wizards. Here's Booker. Inside layup is good, and the foul.
We've seen a couple of transition buckets right here, but he gets enough credit for his defense. He does it in the NBA.
And you're going to call a foul.
A lot of times you will get the opportunity at the line, if not
in 35 minutes. Tony, a good way to get your offense going if you're struggling shooting the basketball. Plumlee being guarded heavily there by Sarr. Force him to pick up his dribble. This is the Booker. Booker going left. Misses. Plumlee does out. Poole was fouled by the rookie Dunn.
The NBA.
Sarr on the drive, spinning into traffic. Genomides Petridis is going to call that personal on Plum. Played 4 years at Marquette. Kuz to Coulibaly. Iguodala with the rebound. Keep an eye on him, Tony. He's extremely bouncy.
Okay. Young legs, huh?
Yes, sir. Booker out to Tyus Jones. Back to Book. Book trying to get downhill. Kicks it over to Tyus on a catch-and-shoot three. Good rebound there by JP, boxing out Dunn. Carrington on a pull-up three. Cruz with that offensive board. Throwing it up to Sarr for the alley-oop. Game cutting into Phoenix lead. Here's Booker. Ball tapped over to Kyle Kuzma. Cal trying to work on the rookie, and he'll be rewarded.
Won the championship 2004-2005. Again, there's a long list of coaches who come from that Spurs coaching tree.
Wizards will remain in the bonus for the final 6 minutes here in the first quarter. Good hands by Bub. Poole trying to beat the pack. Layup is good.
To get that steal and have Jordan Poole end up with an easy bucket.
Daru passing it over to Jones. Blocked by Sarr, coming over on the weak side. Koulibaly loses the handle. 503 career wins in 11 years. Actually, Coach Malcolm Brogdon one season in Milwaukee from the 2018-19 campaign.
Yeah, had a pretty solid run in Milwaukee.
KD, fall away over the outstretched arm. Post game together. I used to say, Tony, is there anybody that can block Kevin Durant's shot when he has a fall away jumper like that?
Yeah.
And even Alex Sarr at 7 foot couldn't do it.
No. I had the opportunity to play against KD a couple of times in the summer back when I still had some legs that blocked him. He's just virtually unguardable. I don't know anybody who can really throw Kevin Durant off his game. You have to.
He was in definite consideration for Rookie of the Year honors as we're getting ready to hit that midway point of the season. Still a lot of basketball to go, but he's putting on a show so far.
Well, he's convinced me. I get the opportunity, obviously, as we all do, to watch him on a nightly basis, and it's been impressive what he's been able to accomplish with such a short body of work is on the court.
Booker fighting his way inside.
To dealing with these stars. And the one thing that I can remember back to my rookie year is that whenever you have a star
problem with him, and it's his rookie year, it's early.
He hasn't necessarily earned those stripes. You see a nice shot right there. You have to know who you are, and in that way you can play a little more aggressive than the average guy. But he certainly has all the intangibles, the IQ of the game, and the will to defend.
Former Wizard Monte Morris inside the paint. Good defense there by Keyshawn. See? Hey, that's a really good stop there for the rookie.
Excellent stop right there. Stayed on his feet until the appropriate time to jump.
JP tried his hand at another three. That one lips out. For more on Keyshawn George, let's check in with Megan.
Guys, I actually asked Keyshawn about the fouling situation with him and his active hands yesterday at practice, and he said, I know the mistakes that I'm making can compound, and I know I have a high foul, and it's on me to correct them and correct them in real time so that I can be on the floor and available and not in foul trouble. And he said, I know I have active hands. I can get my hand on deflections. I can get into the passing lane, but it's me knowing what.
I love the fact that he's owning that, Megan, and defensively, I don't want him to stop being aggressive.
No.
It's just like you said, Tony, the refs have to get to learn the league.
These guys are all-stars, so I love what Megan said about his ability. That's just young and bouncy, as we say, for no reason.
For no reason for the season. Here he is being aggressive with Durant. We've talked about it over the course of the last season and a half that Bilal is going to get that assignment.
I want to see Bilal take on the challenge of guarding the team's best players. I know that a lot of times the philosophy, the man-to-man is switch, but it's nice when you can keep a guy that you think is your best defender on the other team.
Lead from the field is Poole on a drive.
Excellent.
9 points here in the first quarter. Wizards shifting that defense over to Durant. The rookie Iguodala misses. Oh, JP on a one dribble distance three.
Get into a shot.
There's George now guarding Monte Morris. A switch now with Koulibaly. And Keyshawn once again being a little too handy. Thinking to myself, hey man, you Kevin Durant.
What's going on, but clearly Kevin.
Suitland, Maryland's Kevin Durant, Bub Carrington from up in Baltimore. We got 60 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Bub inside, float game is off. Monte Morris comes up with the rock. Here he is driving. Inside layup, good.
Physical, I believe, with the Phoenix Suns here, and not allow them to get these easy drives to the basket.
Kuz, kick out, swing, Carrington, back over to George. And it bounces. A little
great shot by Keyshawn George.
Keyshawn George has made his first 2 threes. He's got 6 points. Suns can hold for the final shot. 11-point lead for Phoenix. Kuz guarding KD, swinging it over to Allen. Allen with a left-hand hook shot. Grayson Allen going for 8 points second quarter. Chris Miller, Tony Massenberg filling in for Drew Gooden, Megan McPeak, and Devin Booker.
It's a tough shot right there in transition. If you're Keyshawn George, you're going back. Devin Booker pulls up from deep as he's prone to do. But the three-pointers have been deadly for the Suns.
4 of 7 so far in the game. There's going to be a whistle. That'll be on Plumlee, and already you'll appreciate this, where I said, you know what, Jonas, the way you played, man, you could have played in the 80s and the 90s. He said, no, I'm good. I'm good where I am right now. Let me be one of the only physical ones.
Ability to stretch the floor as well.
Plumlee handing it over to Booker. Booker on a pull-up jumper, pure. Came in averaging 25 a night. Tough drive by
offensive side.
Carrington cutting into this Suns lead. Booker front rims that one. Rebounded by George. Keyshawn over to Valanciunas. JV inside on Plumlee.
And Doc JV when he's trying to get downhill.
Valanciunas is averaging 13 points, almost 10 rebounds versus Western Conference teams this season. You think he's got some data on him?
So, hey, listen. JV's the guy that's going to read that scouting report.
Plumlee.
Shooters off the screen and roll.
Monte Morris already with 4 of Phoenix's 13 assists. Royce O'Neal in the game for Phoenix. As Carrington can't make that three-pointer. Monte inside, no look back. Pass there to Booker, but it was blocked by JV.
That's excellent help defense right there by Jonas.
Keyshawn in the corner.
Using defense to generate some offense. Get a bucket right there from Keyshawn George off the block of Jonas Valanciunas.
Morris goes back door, loses the handle, and then he turns it over. Kuz, Keyshawn, do it again. Why not, young fella? What?
Plenty of time to catch and shoot.
Allen, this three is touching. That ends an 11-2 run. Kuz on the drive. Tried to pass it to JV. Errant pass. Allen slams it home.
In a major way, but also they're involved in this community. And the community 29. Now, the goal is unity, you know, to turn to each other and not turn on each other. So we're grateful to have others across our nation.
Andrea, when you look at sports and the platform that it offers, and you look at what
reminds them that they are, that the players see them, particularly that they're important to the team.
And I'll leave the last question for you, Martin Luther King III. When you think of 100 million hours, for folks who may be at home watching this or may see it on social media and they want to get involved with Realize the Dream, how can they?
Go to realizethedream.org, and everything is there online. Technology is the order of the day, and so we encourage you. That's the easiest way to find out. There's tells you the programs or whatever you can do to volunteer. We're not telling people, hey, go do this specific assignment. Do what speaks to your heart in terms of the kind of community that you want to create. And volunteering is how it comes to fruition.
Thank you to both of you for your time and for everything that you're doing. And here's to 100 million hours.
100 for 100.
Looking forward to that. All the hours that we can do in this community to make sure that we get it for Dr. King's legacy. We're all for it. And just a reminder, the NBA celebrates Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s pursuit of racial, social, and economic justice. Interview with Megan, we saw Keyshawn George and Ryan Dunn go at each other, and they're familiar with one another. ACC foes. Keyshawn played at Miami, Ryan Dunn at the University of Virginia.
Still trying to get used to Miami being in the ACC.
Exactly.
Not the ACC that I grew up with.
Second chance opportunity here for Phoenix. And another three goes up and good. Already 4 or 5 from downtown.
And this is what Grayson Allen has made his living. Knocking down wide open shots.
Suns have got numbers. Dunn passing it over to Situ. Saw scoring.
Struggled a little bit from the three-point line, but he's been very consistent.
Champagny with a steal. Loses the handle as it's taken away by Tyus. The two former Wizard point guards have combined for
Wizards getting an opportunity to play, but in my opinion, they have outplayed his draft position. And I can say the same thing about Bub at 14.
learn the game instead of just sitting on the bench, because you learn better when you're playing. I'm only speaking for the best application was actually
Be in it in order to understand what it's really about. It's one thing to sit on the bench and have coaches taking notes, consciously and subconsciously, and that's really the best way to learn. It's just
that already. So congratulations to JP. And in terms of three-point shooting, he hit a three, so he's 8.
You know, I'm loving everything that he's done. He's gotten more efficient. He's become a better passer, become a better leader. And again, we've already talked about what he's done on the defensive side of things. So I just think Jordan Poole is really benefiting the Washington Wizards, being the type of leader that you hope he'd be.
The rookie Ryan Dunn's got 7 points. And Bilal goes right goal. He's got 5 points. Keyshawn nearly got that steal. Good deflection. Another cut there.
Communication for the Wizards on the defensive side. Got to be talking to each other a little bit more on the defensive end.
I know this Suns organization is really pleased with the way Ryan Dunn has kind of incorporated himself into this veteran group. Kevin Durant off the mark. Second chance opportunity. Second chance at a 3 for KD. Good defense there by Sarr. So that live in-game reps that Alex is getting now against one of the greatest scorers that's ever lived is invaluable.
Oh, you can't replicate that. I mean, there is no cheat code for trying to guard a guy like Kevin Durant. You just have to be out there. And
with you, as you saw that for the first time.
And the honor was mine. It was really, I think, more impactful to be along with that tour with you, because you were giving me side information with regards to some of the great civil rights leaders, not just Dr. King and what he meant, but evolution. And it was very impactful for me because I grew up learning this stuff in school, even though I grew up in Canada, but to also have the impact that it had on you as a young man as you were growing up in it and learning from it and learning from your aunt and your mom and your grandma, and then sharing that information.
To the Lorraine Motel, because it's really important, because I was taught how important the civil rights movement is and was. And for you, living in Memphis, what was that like?
well, to be a part of that community and get to see some of these things firsthand and just really indulge yourself in the history and the struggle, you know, that a lot of people were facing, and to hear some of the stories from people that you would meet who were older, obviously, and living in that time. It's a real testament to how far we have come. And yes, we still have work to do, but certainly the people that have paved the way and put themselves in harm's way in the process, like Dr. King, should be celebrated.
Corner 3 by Poole at 14. It's part of a 7-0 Wizards run. Koulibaly with a steal. Ladies and gentlemen, free and clear for takeoff. Just can get another stop and get back into this game. Good hands there by Poole in the passing lane. Ahead to the rookie, Sarr. Nice sidestep and rocks it with 2 hands.
That Euro step.
Alex now in double figures. Wizards have cut into this lead. KD.
And I think it's important right now that the Wizards continue to, it's definitely worked in their favor.
Sarr inside, swinging it out. Bub lines his feet. Durant on the rim. It's a rebound. Washington now shooting 50% from the field.
And a huge part of that is because of how active they've been on the defensive side, forcing some turnovers and getting some points off the fast break.
8 seconds separating shot and game clock. Tyus swinging it over. Book knocks down his 3.
And Bob Carrington's going to learn you got to close out a little bit faster on a shooter like Devin Booker.
JP to close the second quarter. Steps through 2 Suns. Get down. Washington